Hey everyone, this is Tell the Truth Radio. I'm Ron Fitch, and my show's called Tell the Truth Sports Radio. I gotta tell the truth. I don't really want to bring this truth out, but I'm compelled to do the truth. If I want to go to the next level when it comes to podcasts, which is oversaturated with a lot of sports people, I have to tell the truth. I do believe Boston's going to win this NBA playoff championship, and they'll probably get their 18th title and be ahead of my Lakers because I'll give you the reasons. Now, I hope not, but I'm looking at this and they've been there. This group has been there. They haven't won, but Holiday's won before. Kyrie's won before with Dallas. If you look at these matchups and they say who's the better twosome, Brown or Tatum or Luca or Kyrie. Luca and Kyrie, I give them a slight edge. That's not going to matter. The biggest X factor in this entire playoffs is Drew Holiday. This guy could score, but he's selfless. He scores if they have to. He's good in the post. He could drive. He could dish. He could shoot a three. But most important, he defends. He'll defend Kyrie and he'll defend Luca very tough. And he'll defend whoever comes off the bench. If they tell him don't let Washington hit those corner threes, PJ Washington's going to be contested. Those are going to be contested threes. What the Celtics do, which is going to be a problem, is Brown and Tatum drive and they kick it out and they shoot a lot. Dallas shoots threes, but not like the Celtics. And if they miss them, they go 4 for 27. They're gonna in the fourth quarter hit about 4 or 5 of them because they shoot so many of them. So you got White who can defend. You got Holiday who could defend. You got Brown who could defend. You got Tatum who could defend. Dallas is a good defensive team because Gafford, their size, Porzingis is going to have to play because Gafford and Lively are getting after you on the backboards. But Brown and Tatum are good rebounders for guards. Boston's, I think Horford is kind of an X factor because he's a good rebounder too. But you got to hope he misses because if you leave him open, that could be trouble. I worry about Kyrie because of going to Boston with the emotion and being over emotional. Don't step on the logo. Just go out there and play. Don't rile them up. They're going to already be riled up saying nasty stuff to you. Go out there and play. Can he do that? Because he's been fantastic to play. He's been what I knew he is. Always knew he is since the 10th grade. Fantastic, terrific dribble driver. Can shoot, nail big shots under pressure. Could hit the big free throws when he has to. Plays good defense because he's out there and competing. My concern is Luka's health. And Boston's had a carpet ride to the finals. Butler's not healthy. Donovan Mitchell not healthy. Halliburton got hurt in the middle of the plus when the Boston really could have been playing a way tougher team than the Knicks, but everybody in the Knicks got hurt. So I wonder if it's their year that Luka is hobbled. But if Luka, he's got a lot of rest. If he's well, Luka cannot miss. Sometimes Luka's hit or miss from outside. He can't be hit or miss from outside in Boston. They're going to get beat. And the key for Dallas to really make it a good series is to get one in Boston. And then get game 5 in Boston. You'll split in Dallas and get game 5 in Boston. And then game 6. However, they had to get to 3-2. Game 6 is the game 7. They have to get to game 6 with a 3-2 lead. If it's 3-2 Boston, that's not good because Boston is hungry. They're desperate. Tatum and Brown are feel like they need to get that kind of respect, and they've been there losing big game after big game. They don't want to be the Boston 49ers where they get there and lose again. So they're going to be on a mission to win. It's a tough matchup for Dallas. Hardaway Jr., if he's well, that would be Hardaway Jr. and Porzingis' health is important because Porzingis is a guy because he can shoot from outside, he can do a lot of other things, but he can man the middle and deal with Gafford and Lively's rebounding. And Gafford is so fantastic when it comes to the screen and roll where he rolls to the basket for those little alley oops, or the dribble drive of Kyrie and Luka when it looks like they're going to throw up a teardrop and they throw up alley oop for Gafford because the big man came over to help. They're so adept and good at that. They're good at, but Boston, they're good at the isolation game where they caught Indiana where White and Holiday were able to do a lot of backdoor cuts. They were really where you're so focused on Brown and Tatum. That was smart. They got Indiana a couple times, but this is not Indiana. Dallas is really good. They want to win a championship. Boston is been there, done that. It's so important that this group has been there. And White is another X factor because he's such a good defender. He drives, he can shoot. You got really good on-ball defenders. So when you get these switches, White and Brown and Tatum, okay, you switching? Okay, they all could guard Luka. Luka likes to hunt for big guys, and then even Horford's okay. But I don't think Boston's gonna they might try small ball if they could rebound. Because I think they want when Luka is Tatum's guarding Luka. Tatum gets screened. They're going to want Brown. They're going to want White. They're going to want Holiday to be on that switch. So if Luka's hunting for a matchup up top, those guys are there. I don't think Dallas wants to see Horford and Luka. That's a problem. Horford's good defender, but Luka likes that. And he's good at drawing fouls. But Luka can't sit back and complain. He's got to be zone focused to beat this kind of team. Boston's got the depth because of the players coming off the bench. They got nice little three-point snipers. But the key is Jrue Holiday. It's the biggest key of the entire series. Just sit back and watch game 1 and game 2 and listen to what I'm telling you. And Kyrie's got to be fantastic. But PJ Washington's got to be on. Exum's got to be on. And Kleber coming back. He was kind of rusty. But Kleber's got to be that guy like when he was in the first Clipper series where he was good. He is a serious three-point sniper. And he has to be on. Like Dallas has to have guys come through. Boston, they do, but they're deeper. So they could struggle and then come right back on you because of their depth, and then Brown and Tatum can match to go toe-to-toe with Kyrie and Luka. And maybe they're slightly better than Tatum and Brown, but it's not going to matter because Boston's deeper, and Holiday, his defense and his ability to score when he has to, and how big he was in the finals for Milwaukee, and how clutch he is, that's the X factor. All right, I didn't want to talk about the Catlin Clark situation, but I will because I watched the disingenuous talk on ESPN and all the talking points and all the virtue signaling and all the fakery that was being discussed by all the people on the panel. This is the issue. That was a cheap shot against Catlin Clark. If you're mad at her for being a star and she got the private jet and she's getting the world treatment, she brings attention to your sport, number one. Number two, if you don't appreciate that, kick her butt in between the lines. This is what none of those pundits on ESPN or anywhere else talk about. Beat her in between the lines. You could be physical because, yeah, you want to show rookies you're physical, but you want to kick her tail. The old school Cynthia Cooper type Cheryl Millers didn't have to resort to that because they had skills. They didn't have to talk in the media. They didn't have to be stupid or ghetto. They just beat you in between the lines. And they said, listen, I'm going to kick you behind. I'm going to tell you, if you're talking, I'm going to kick you behind. And ain't nothing you could do about it, and put it on her. And the players that do that be like, whoa, did you see Catlin Clark get a rear end kick by this player or that player? Now you're looking up to that certain player. Wow. Okay. That person can play. Let me watch that team alongside of Catlin Clark. Let me watch the rematch, see how Clark responds. Not this cheap shot. and then taking classic shots in the media. Come on, man. Then this one girl stupidly said, well, that's all she do. She have court threes. No, I see her dropping dimes and getting rebounds for somebody slender built, good rebounder, almost 5 a game, and she drops dimes. And she's good off the pick and roll, almost like Luca. The way she could find her to, because she made everybody in Iowa good when she played at Iowa. And Angel Reese, what are you doing, girl? Come on, girlfriend, what are you doing? You don't need to be saying that. You're talented. Just go out there and beat her in between the lines. When you beat her in the I didn't like the stupid gesture in the championship game, but you beat her. Yeah, played her. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with basketball. And then she destroyed you and her team, even though Reach got hurt. You don't need to say nothing about anything. Just okay, we're rookies, we're trying to play. And when I see her, I'm gonna beat her on the court. I'm outplay her on the court. I'm okay with that. But all that other crap, it's unnecessary. Because what you're going to do, if whoever is their marketing, they need to have a talk with the players. Listen, whether you're mad, you don't like her, however, she's the star. She's one of the stars. And if you want this attention, go out there and play in between the lines and play hard, kick her butt. You want to talk during the game, that's part of the game. Then if you said something, look, I'll put 30 on her. Okay. Hey, you put 30 on her. Actions speak louder than words. Just remember that. And your actions will go a long way into your popularity. If you're doing this crap, the people who are turned off are going to be turned off, and you're going to set fire to your own league being stupid. But I would just play between the lines. Just play basketball. That's all. And they talk about black. I don't care if Catlin Clark is green. I'm like, yo, that green girl can play. I don't care. I care about production. Can you play? Can you put fannies in the seat? If you can, that's big. Now, the other players have to come to play, and that's going to make your league better. The quality of play, not all that ghetto trash talking and slamming the ground. Where's her teammates? I think her teammates were scared to defend her because they ain't worried about the criticism they're going to get. What a mess. Because I'm dying. You're going to knock my star and meal ticket down. I'm going to get in your face like, yo, you ain't going to do that no more. You're going to do that to my teammate. I don't care what color she is. And when you do that, the league will grow. Because when Bird came, and if they did anything to Bird, Cedric Maxwell and all those other players, black or white, came to his defense. And they probably didn't have to with his Bird, but it was a team. Your rivalries will be with players and teams. I want to see this. I want to see Chicago and Indiana players because it's a rivalry because the girl in Chicago put 30 on Catlin Clark. I want to see how that matches up, and you're looking forward to it instead of this other just garbage. And then the media doesn't do it, the league any favors, but they're compelled to talking points and staying on code. I don't have to. I won't. I don't care. I'm gonna be me when I do my show.